There we go.
A little after 7. And we got some people signed up, so that's good. I don't have to stall or anything. All right, I will start by saying good evening, Good Beans Cafe.
Good evening.
Welcome to Creative Collab Nite, presented by the Creative Alliance. Every third Wednesday from 7 to 10, we are right here throwing down on anything: music, dance, poetry, writing,
Comedy.
drama, comedy, anything. Getting together, just trying new things, painting, there's an open canvas there, sign-up sheets right here. I usually start off, so I'm going to start off with 3 songs. 2 of these I've been working on and I haven't played them before, so I was kind of waiting for that. And then 1 is just from the album that we just released. And all my stuff is in weird places, so I might not remember the lyrics. I carry myself through rain and shine in a town of color and peace, but all was not well on the horizon. I was exiled by my loneliness, and I had given in and retreated to despair, not knowing what was to come. She fell into me with class. Now I can say I'm in love. There's no other place I'd rather be than in the arms of my love's company. In it I simply am free. No greater joy I can feel. around in the old noggin for a while. Alright, this next song has to do with being in the military, which I was. And I don't talk about it a lot, but I'll just say that I never saw combat, okay? So I can't speak for them, but it's for them. It's for the veterans of it. I'm a man, but I can't dream. They told me to do, they didn't ask me to think. When I think about it, I'm not scared anymore. I am home now, veteran of the foreign war. When the towers fell, we fell in line. Said to the captain, you just give me what you find. When we looked around, we just found the door. We're leaving home now, veteran of the foreign war. Hey there, can I call you my brother? Help me help you one another. Get out of this wicked pit and share some scars. I am home now, veteran of the foreign war. Should I dare try to find love in this place? Why build you up and won't let you down with disgrace? When my eyes are focused, I can't see to your core. I am home now, veteran of the foreign war. Is this the battlefield I thought I had left? Coming through with every side and every step. If we pull together and see what we can afford, we are home now, and we're veterans of the homegrown war. Yeah. Alright, this last song I wrote, and it's on my it's on the latest Arlozon album. And I wrote it for Allie, and it's just one of those songs that took 4 or 5 different evolutions before I finally came to it and just kind of sparked. And actually, the idea that I got for this, for all the chords and everything, was when I did a cover of Lonesome Town. I forgot who did that. Bobby Darin?
Rick Nelson.
Ricky Nelson.
Yeah.
I did a cover and kind of changed all the chords, and I got the idea for the chords when I did that here. So I like that story. This shan't be spilled, or the sun against the hill. I am the clouds around your head, like a light that's never shed. If it's a feast and we are fed,
easy bought, or a thief who's never caught. I am the lips upon your kiss, like an elevated fist when the target is dismissed. And I can't sleep when I think of you. When I dream
Thank you. That was my piece. Just those three songs. Once again, my name's Al. I'm your host tonight. Welcome to Creative Collab Night. Every third Wednesday, we're right here. We'll be giving some not job announcements. We're not giving jobs away. Like announcements, event announcements. Anything that's happening. You want to plug anything? You want to plug an event that you got coming up? Feel free to do that. And one big one that we're going to just keep repeating is, I believe, next month's Collab Night, we're going to do a project for Ken, and we're going to come up with kind of a skit that's going to turn into a commercial for Good Beans, but it's going to kind of involve us trying to get a jingle going for the Good Beans Cafe. So if you want to be involved in that, we're going to have a little fun and just try to improv a skit or pull something together. It'll be massive amount of fun. So
maybe collab something.
You're right. We're gonna make a collaborative effort. Good Beans Cafe. All right, sign up sheets right here, and welcome to Collab Night.
The first one I have is called Downtown Flint Transitions. As we ended 2013 and we're beginning 2014. So here's Downtown Flint Transitions. 2013 brought changes we saw throughout downtown Flint anyhow. The weather ball got new letters. Genesee Towers from 19 stories to 4 got settled. Now I can see the Capitol Theater more clearly, while the old Flint Journal building saw changes dearly. The old printing distribution building got gutted, but will you go to the new farmer's market, Ted? The historic old journal office gets a med school, but what will become up to the old Central and Whittier schools? Genesis opened a new urgent care center, and to follow suit, bought and started renovating the old International Institute. I hope 2014 shows more improvements to downtown, like finishing the Capitol Theater's restoration with work so renowned.
Yes.
Now here's one that Ryan asked me to write just a couple of days ago, and it was just updated with the latest news. It's called Social Media, No More Gatekeepers. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, similar media made for me and you. We can now choose the stories to follow, which for the media gatekeepers is a hard pill to swallow. But there are too many traps for some, so keep an open mind and don't fall for propaganda by gum. We can associate with like-minded people for control and block and ban those who say bad things who are trolls. But I wish Facebook would ban those who make threats before we tell the Secret Service so they don't forget. But social media hackers can also get on the boat by labeling the gullible who follow propaganda as goats. But be careful what you post, such as with Dr. King, is all a complaint about doctored photos of him wearing bling. MySpace? What's MySpace? Oh yes, it lost its pace. I just wish that those who are Facebook friends could get together and schmooze together like real friends.
Yeah.
Now, last month at Collab Nite, unfortunately, Jenny was unable to be here, so sorry about that. Sorry about that, Jenny. So last month's Collab Nite was not recorded. And if you look over there, you'll see some issues of the current broadside. So you can pass them around. Some of you may have read it already, but for the benefit of the video camera, so we can get this Collab Nite online and on Comcast Channel 17 eventually. And I'll go read this again. One thing to note about, I mentioned this again, but I'll do this for the benefit of the camera. The centerfold of the current broadside has a new centerfold of the weather ball.
Yes, it is news. Oh, yeah. Send me the JPEG. Doesn't look much better with clothes on, though, I don't think. Wait,
Now, this is a theme issue. In this issue, you'll read a retelling of the Shakespeare play King Lear in relation to the current state of Flint. So, with that in mind, the piece that's in broadside that I wrote is called Early Theater and Shakespeare in Flint. And it has a nice old article from 1923 about one of the theaters I'm spotlighting, which was torn down to make way for the Flint Journal. I don't know if the
like the
image will
Monsters
show
house.
up better when I send it to Jenna. But here's the piece called Early Theater and Shakespeare in Flint. The face of English playwright William Shakespeare, who wrote plays in the late 16th and early 17th century, looked down from the proscenium arch above the stage of Flint's very first theater. Fenton Hall was located on the top floor of the three-story Fenton block, which was built by Colonel William Fenton, after whom the city of Fenton was named. Opened on April 9, 1866, it was located at the southeast corner of Saginaw and Kearsley Streets. At the time Fenton Hall opened, Saginaw Street was still a dirt road. Notable performers of the time who graced the stage of Fenton Hall included Edwin Booth, as John Wilkes Booth's brother, Helen Modjeska, whose life story is the basis of Susan Sontag's award-winning novel In America, John McCulloch, who in death became the star of theatrical ghost stories throughout the country, Lawrence Barrett, who made a stage debut in Detroit in 1853, and legendary opera singer Emma Abbott. Notable lecturers who also appeared at Fenton Hall included the great agnostic Robert Ingersoll, Abolitionist Henry Ward Beecher, the brother of Uncle Tom's Cabin author Harriet Beecher Stowe, and civil rights and feminist icons Susan B. Anthony and Anna Dickinson. Politicians who spoke there included future U.S. Presidents James Garfield and William McKinley. Local talent also graced the stage of the 600-seat Fenton Hall. Fenton Hall saw continuous use for almost 20 years, but the theater's inadequacies prevented it from presenting grander productions. So after several years of wishing, an opera house was built. On July 25, 1883, the cornerstone was laid for what was first called the Music Hall. It was a civic project spearheaded by the Flint Conservatory of Music. The cornerstone laying ceremony was a grand affair, led by Garner's Flint City Band. Starting at the corner of Saginaw and Union Streets, the procession also included members of Masonic Lodges, Oddfellows Lodges, the Clio Cornet Band, the Knights Templar, stockholders of the Music Hall, and city officers, followed by ordinary citizens in carriages. The Music Hall opened on December 10, 1883 with the famous opera prima donna Emma Abbott. Tickets for the new 1,200-seat venue's opening performance were auctioned off at Flint's most luxurious hotel at the time, the Collab Nite, later renamed the Bryant House. The successful bidder at the first ticket was William Atwood, who beat out others with a $10 bid, or $232.56 in 2013 dollars. Yet within a decade, budget shortfalls led to the sale of the Music Hall a decade later to local businessman Orrin Stone, born in 1833, died in 1897, who served as Flint's mayor in 1888-1889. After acquiring the Music Hall, he renamed it Stone's Opera House. His partner and manager was Herman A. Thayer, born in 1854, died in 1899, who also operated the short-lived Thayer's Opera House at the corner of East Union Street and Brush Alley in the 1890s. Stone's Opera House was Flint's only quality auditorium for several years, holding high school graduations and official gatherings of any types. First lit by gaslight, Stone's Opera House was later wired for electricity. Shows which played there included Angeline, The Wizard of Oz, The Old Homestead, Streets of New York, Phantasmo, Isle of Space, Faust, and the blockbuster Uncle Tom's Cabin. Performers included Henry Miller, Louis Mann, Robert Edison, James Hackett, and ex-champion boxer John Sullivan. In 1913, the Stone family leased the Opera House to Colonel Walter S. Butterfield, who in 1905 had built Flint's first vaudeville theater, the Bijou, just around the corner. Vaudeville theaters provided live variety shows in which itinerant performers traveled around the country to provide family entertainment in towns large and small. The Bijou only seated 1,092, so the larger Opera House staged more popular performers. After renovations, Stone's Opera House was renamed the Majestic Theater. As Majestic, it hosted such performers as the most famous actress the world has ever known, Sarah Bernhardt, silent film stars Alan Nazimova and Lou Tellegen, and future talkie sensations Al Jolson and the Marx Brothers. As Flint grew, larger and grander theaters were built. The Palace Theater, just a block north of the Majestic Theater, seated 1,348. This left the Majestic with cheaper, less renowned roadshow acts until it went dark in 1921. It was torn down in March 1923 to make room for the Flint Journal's new home. On January 21st, 1889, a few members of the ladies' art class invited their husbands to meet with them at Mrs. Ira H. Wilder's home to organize an evening club of men and women for reading and study of the works of Shakespeare and Shakespearean literature. First nicknamed the Art Club Annex, that was the start of the Flint Shakespeare Club. Initially had around 3 dozen members, including members of Flint's elite. Today, the members still read Shakespeare's plays, one act at a time, 3 plays a year, like it did in 1889. Membership is limited to 40 people who take turns reading plays. A committee chooses the reader. As with most clubs, this club also does normal club business at meetings. Over the years, members of Flint's elite have included members of the club, including Charles Stewart Mott and J. Dallas Stewart. Since 2005, Flint Shakespeare Club member Kay Kelly has been holding Shakespeare in the Park at Kersley Park. Kelly is the artistic director of the Kersley Park Players. So, whether the works of Shakespeare are performed on stage or in private homes, it seems that even in Flint, the bard is alive and well. So, unlike most of Shakespeare's works, I have no tragic ending.
Nice.
We're coming through, Ken? Okay. 50s and put this little song together. Got our wife and kids in Baltimore, Jack. Went out for a ride and I never came back. Like a river that don't know where it's flowing, I took a wrong turn and I just kept going. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry, hungry heart. Took what we had and we ripped it apart. Now here I am down in Kingston again. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry, hungry heart. Met her at a Kingston bar. We fell in love, I knew it had to end. We took what we had and we ripped it apart. Now here I am down in Kingston again. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry, hungry heart. Everybody needs a place to rest. Everybody wants to have a home. Don't make no difference what nobody says. Ain't nobody wanna be alone. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry, hungry heart. Bruce Springsteen, thank you. I never was a big Springsteen fan, but as time went on, I went back and started checking out some of the songs he had done and did become a fan of his in time. Well, we survived the deep freeze, so I don't know what's next, but it can't be much worse than that cold we had, huh? Okay, let's see. Just set up here. Well, it was all that I could do to keep you crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain. You don't have to call me darling, darling. Hell, you never trucks, prison, or getting drunk. Hadn't mentioned anything about cheating either. If you took all the cheating songs out of country music, what you got left is a couple of songs about horses. At any rate, Steve Goodman was a little taken back, to say the least. But he sat back down, wrote another verse of the song, and he sent it back to the singer. It was then that David Allan Coe realized that his friend had written the perfect country and western song. Here's the final verse of the song. You can be the judge. Well, I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison, and I went to pick her up in the rain. But before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a damn old train. And I'll hang around as long as you will let me. I never minded standing in the rain. You don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even called me by my name. You don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even called me by my name. Thank you. That's a David Allan Coe number, written by Steve Goodman, who did what were some of his big hits?
City of New Orleans.
City of New Orleans, probably his most famous
That's
song.
kind of the same melody, isn't it?
He wrote a number of other songs also, and died fairly young in his life.
Yeah, nice wistful tune about his favorite baseball team, the Cubs.
That was?
Called The Dying Cub Fan's Last Wish.
That was one of his songs?
Yeah?
Okay, never heard that. Been in kind of a somber mood here lately. I don't know why, but by the choice of songs. This song is, well, it's been done by a number of country artists, and Johnny Cash in particular. It's called Supper Time. Many years ago, in days of childhood, I used to play till evening shadows come, winding down an old familiar pathway
What? All right, thanks, Al.
All right, yeah. Give it up for the lead.
So Al, are you gonna plug our dating game that we're gonna have at February Art
Oh
Walk?
yeah, so if you're looking to do something, Valentine's Day, at Churcho's, that's Art Walk. The Creative Alliance is hosting the dating game.
Again.
We're still in need of some candidates, is that correct?
Yes. Now, since we're talking about action.
How is everybody?
Yeah.
Good? I haven't been here in quite a while, so. Be nice. Cool. It's good to see some people here. I'm gonna start off with a poem from some jerk's first book.
What?
Yeah.
What's the jerk's name on the book?
Glen Birdsall,
What's the name of the book?
36 Chambers of the Taoist.
Cool.
If you read the title too quickly, though, it looks like 36 Chambers of the Toast.
Oh,
Corey pointed that out to me
big
once.
toast.
Thanks, Corey.
Thanks, Corey. All right. So the first poem I'm gonna read is called "Racial Free You Are Up." This one was written a long time ago. This was written for the radio. That was the purpose for it. So "Racial Free You Are Up" is actually just kind of a reworking of the REM title, "Radio Free Europe." It's kind of how we bring things together inside of ourselves, and then what comes out later on. Sort of like our influences, and then what is created from our influences. The end of the poem sounds as though I'm a big hater on religion and government, but I'm not. For any of you that are with Homeland Security. It's more about following things blindly is what I'm saying. Just don't follow things just because somebody says it's a good idea. Think for yourselves. So here you go, "Racial Free You Are Up." Is that okay to start now, Jenny?
Thank you.
I was checking with you. Since you seem like the boss.
Yeah.
This goes out to all the listeners, to the broken fixers, to the you, I, and everybody. Because these words cannot be stopped. I will no longer allow myself to be a coward, to be caged, shackled, or towered. My voice cannot be killed, it cannot be captured. I am the here, I am the now, I am the Shaolin, the sit-in, Charlie Chaplin. I am the Martin Luther and the King Jr. I am slam, glam, I am the David Bowie. The 7 dirty words you can't say on radio or TV. I'm Krushenski, I am Joel Barish, I am the temple, and I'm the parish. I am the Buddha. I have been assassinated, and I am the shooter. I am the forest, the sea, I am the majesty of all the words that transverse this you and I universe. Because once all ideas, thoughts, and words leave my lips, they eclipse the sun, stronger than a poison bullet gun. I am the number, not the number 1, 2, or 3. I am the them, the you, and the me. To leave you choking on your octothorping, for this new morning we begin to solve why I got to claw just to love. Why I got to love just to breathe. Why I got to come before I leave. Why you own all and won't share the ball of wax and the stacks of equality. That is unbearable because that is unshareable because it is unbearable to think I am not you and you not me in this unequal equality. Society's got me down and angry, and I don't know what to do. Do you? Are you as confused as I am why love is not the center of all things? Doing, being, existing, persisting, insisting that I can fix it. Fix it all? Is it possible? Is it worth it? Our motor malaise is sending us down the wrong road. We believe what we believe. And we do this knowing it is all wrong. Stop this fucking madness. Stop it right now. Turn it the right way and drive yourself into a consciousness of each other. Make sure you will never carry yourself how you think, act, and feel right now. Because change is forever, and you will not escape it. You can only accept it. Everyone else that holds the now will surely suffer in their mind, in their heart, from the end to the start. So here I lay out the words to coax you out of a hoax, and use words sharper than swords, mightier than daggers, because I am not afraid to be Caesar's Brutus or Christ's Judas. I would surely kill any king for us all to be equal. More you, me, and I, less them, those that merely share the sky. Pick up, lift up yourself. Pick up, lift up, words as weapons right now, right here, and Shakespeare. So here's a little tiny poem from a crappy little chat book called Poppycock.
Yeah.
Poems about Britain. Yeah, Britain. Stupid Britain. Thank God for the revolution. So this is called Recording You, the Apple of My Eye. There can never be another Beatles, just like there can be never be another me and you. I miss your modern smile so much I don't know what to do. I found a hole in today and reached inside to touch time, hoping to fiddle with it, to reconfigure. But I can't figure that out. Of the whole circumstance we're in, I thought it could maybe find our love again if time weren't a fact or a part of our now. I search across the universe of words to express all my loving. The music becomes a mess, and my thoughts are reshuffled, Savoy style. When it comes to a connection, I try to force a new definition so that I may find the situation that will lend me stability to move magically us together. Capture truth, mist of blurred vision. I form words that I am trying to attach to any coherent idea, the letters dropping onto the page uniquely. I spread them on the paper. Millions of feelings still need to get out, struggling to understand, juggling to expand outside this poem. But this is becoming a plea for you to start loving me again. All you need is the love you bleed. And now, woman, I don't know how to tell you that I want you, as John wanted Yoko. For me to love completely. You are needed for me to pin my muse button to. You are needed for me to look forward to. You are needed so that I can survive. You may break up the band, but at least I will still feel alive. It would be hard for me to let you know how much you're loved. I would do anything for the things we've created together, from poetry to smiles. I would do anything for whatever exists before us. You ask, would you give it all up and run away with the circus? I would if you were there waiting for me. Like I said, I haven't done this in over a year, so these are a little bit new, these new poems. I actually haven't written a poem in probably over a year or two. Sorry, sir. So disappointed, Nick. So this is called, this is one of my first attempts. Probably in late December or early January, and then Nick got a hold of me probably a few weeks ago, and so I tried really working hard at it again. So here we go, on the company line. It's a cruel world because we have to communicate, we have to take what we are given in the state we're in. And it's a cruel world because as much as I try to explain, I can't make you see the pain, no matter how basic my language or how I speak plain. But it's a cruel world, and this I know because I try to show by the places I go. And it's in this cruel world that I have to become. Just to become the balance, I have to be numb. So in this cruel world, I've learned to give all I can, to put out my hand, even if it isn't what you want, because I tried so hard to be what you need. I think my blood may bleed. So for this stupid effort to be understood, but still I am miming, mumbling, as my words are stumbling from my lips, that whisper in my head, near. Because you are so dear to me. If I could always say, do, or be the right thing to keep you in my company. So this is the first one that I'm working on for a new project. This is called Genesee Gollum. Just minute, guys. I'm gonna lift it up. I need a little bit of a workout. Times are lean, and they're only getting leaner as I tighten my rust belt because my waist is getting meaner. Children with stomachs that growl, wife whose frustration wants to howl, and I am working twice as hard to keep my sanity while my vanity has been shattered on the floor. I can't keep face when our bellies are sore. Why should this happen within my life? Why me, my children, my wife? I have tried to revive with a spark, a life in the dark, and I am turning my head towards all I can do. And now that the generals and admirals have all left town, we are left with scenes so obscene I can't barely remember my dreams at 17. Where did my youth go? I searched for it in the traces of the picture show. We've been at work here in the middle, the easiest spot to stretch. And I've stretched $1, my mind, my patience, my family, friends, and sacrifice, just to suffice and not drown. And once you've pulled on sacrifice, pulled until it loses shape, or doesn't hold, it withers, it flakes, it begins to decay, till one day it breaks. And when sacrifice breaks, you'll have nothing more to give. You will be even empty of air. I will believe one day that I can take my hands from the timepiece wheel. Naturally, the sounds are sad, and I feel like I might have already died. For sure. For sure, I am one of the poor, beginning to rust from the core. A soul isn't history, but without a soul, does history even matter? Times are lean, and they're only getting leaner. One more, if I have time. Cool.
Cool.
So,
Cool. Yeah, go. Do it.
So make sure. I want to make sure that you guys are not asleep too. This is called Exordium and Aggro. Introduction and Aggravation. Who can I be now? I want to write poetry again. It feels like my hands have been tied, my brain jailed, and my imagination failed upon its own great escape. I want to create something new, like an autumn you've never seen before, like a raw emotion in a painting, brush strokes to paralyze your vocab. And I think I'm almost there, almost the edge of a freedom of possibilities, a rebirth, because I need to shed the dead leaves, leaving the season, so that my mind and heart can reason its way into light. I have to get out from under the thumbs of what was, roll away from the stones that symbolize the markers of bones, and create ideas born in the wild corners of my mind. Where had I left myself? Somewhere that demanded me to find my worth. Somewhere deep in the cobwebs of yesterday. Where my rights, where had my rights gone? Somewhere that acknowledged my birth. Somewhere shallow in the hollow fray. So it took my own words to refine and define who I am. Although I am not the poet I once was, the poetry in me will rise to win fascination with the mandate to begin. This is my introduction and my aggravation.
Check. Okay, the first song we're gonna sing is called Boillat, and it's by Catching Your Clouds. So let's get this show on the road, and I know why you have been waiting for, and I'll call on the hour, we'll haul our asses out of this place, because home ain't home without you. And I'll spell out that you're full of talent. You'll say that you never found it, and that's okay as long as you will stay and walk around with me. 'Cause I remember when you were 16 and all we ever did was catch up on the local shows, and I'll always walk a mile home with you to make sure you would never be alone.
Yeah.
Just gonna switch instruments.
Is that thing plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the next song is a cover, and it's by Green Day, and it's called Wake Me Up When September Ends. Summer has come and passed, the innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass, 7 years has gone so fast. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are. As my memory rests, but never forgets what I've lost. Wake me up when September ends. Summer has come and passed, the innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming who we are. Summer has come and passed, the innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. then the last song I'm gonna do, this is a new one that I'm gonna try out. This is called Forever and Always, and it's a cover by Taylor Swift. Once upon a time, I believe it was a Tuesday when I caught your eye. We caught on to something, I hold on to the night. You looked me in the eye and told me you loved me. Were you just kidding? Cause it seems to me this thing is breaking down, we almost never speak. I don't feel welcome anymore, baby, what happened? Please tell me, cause 1 second it was perfect, now you're halfway out the door. And I stare at the phone, he still hasn't called. And then you feel so low, you can't feel nothing at all. And you flash back to when he said forever and always. Was I out of line? Did I say something way too honest? Made you run and hide? Like a scared little boy, I looked into your eyes. I thought I knew you for a minute, but I'm not so sure. So here's to everything, coming down to nothing. Here's to silence that cuts me to the core. Where is this going? Thought I knew for a minute, but I don't anymore. And I stare at the phone, he still hasn't called. And then you feel so low, you can't feel nothing at all. And you flash back to when he said forever and always. And it rains in the bedroom and everything's wrong. And it rains when you're here and it rains when you're gone. I was there when you said forever and always. Back up, baby, back up. Did you forget everything? Back up, baby, back up. Did you forget everything? Cause it rains in your bedroom, everything's wrong. No, it rains when you're here and it rains when you're gone. I was there when you said forever and always.
All right, give it up for Ashley.
I added a bridge and all kinds of fun stuff. It's called Circus of Rain. Circus of Rain has gotten me down. It never leaves town, and that's not right. One forecast reads sun, another agrees, but the closest I see is a spotlight. Dark cloud, a bright canvas tent, hides cruel wet pavement, yeah, we're all set. The roar of the crowd upon the high wire, one thing I desire is a safe net. Joke is you buy a Coke from a vendor. Sequins and smoke, barkers and brass and the splendor. The Circus of Rain will pack up the show. But before I go, I have one plea. As we load up the train, just me and the clowns head for the next town. don't forget me. One of these days I'm gonna climb inside that cannon, light the fuse and give into complete abandon. The circus of rain has gotten me down. It never leaves town, and that's not right.
Okay, I'm going to read 2 quick poems.
Yeah.
To, continue with my circus theme here. The first is one I wrote many years ago. I don't really count myself as a particularly great poet, and I'm in the room now with Birdsall and Nick and Alex. So there's some really good poets in here. I kind of admire among the local poets the ones that give themselves nicknames, like Quentin and Nick, and so I thought perhaps I would refer to myself for these 2 poems under a nickname, and so I thought Quentin calls himself Ethereal or Ethereal or Ethereal or something like that. So I am Peripheral. and in fact, that comes from the title of this one, The Peripheral Man. I was born without a shadow in a world of blue light and paraded through sideshows, exhibits at night. Unnatural monstrosity, the barkers did yell, an object of curiosity from the bowels of hell. Oh, I drew quite the crowd. Some would hoot, some would retch. The promoters were proud of the money I'd fetch. But I gained my freedom on a train which derailed. They did rescue some, though with me they failed. And I never returned to the world of blue light. I was born without a shadow and became one with the night. And this is one I wrote a few years later. This particular one's just a little longer. And I do write in stanzas. I do write, basically, in this case, every 3rd line rhymes, okay? So, okay. It's called Tightrope. I've seen a million acts in my life, but there's one person I won't forget, and this lady had many talents. She could walk the edge of a knife without ever using a net. Such was her sense of balance. One night, we worked a hostile crowd, which the ringmaster could govern. I can't quite recall the city. Above the spotlight, she walked so proud. I never saw anyone as stubborn as she was that night, and very pretty. As was her nature, to be quite bold, she stood a vision above the wire, and everyone in the place took pause. And she pulled out a blindfold and did backward leaps through rings of fire, sending the audience into crazed applause. What became of her? I don't recall. I'd like to think she retired in glory, but I once heard an ugly rumor that she took a bad fall. I hope there's nothing to this story, but I heard she broke her humor. And those of you who weren't here last month, I did this song last month, and it's called Last Laugh, and I don't know the capo position. We'll work with this one. The setup of this story is about 2 people on the rise in their careers. The career in comedy, a man and a woman, and the woman becomes quite a bit more popular than the man, and the man is kind of puzzled by her success, her abandonment, and maybe even slightly bitter. The song's called Last Laugh.
I met you in the lunch line. You were looking for a prop. There I became your punchline, and the jokes, they never did stop. You determined to be somebody whose expense never mattered half. Look at you, you're now the queen of comedy, determined to get the last laugh. The last laugh. We started out for the circus. It was there we were hired. The ringmaster, he worked us. Each night he sent us home tired. I played the clown in every town. I suppose a credit to my craft. You were great as you played it straight, being sure to always get the last laugh. The last laugh. Then one night you went big time. You left me on that train. You walked away in a pantomime that made it clear I wouldn't see you again. Your features, your every expression, that cold December draft. You were the teacher, and that day's lesson was who would get the last laugh. The last laugh. Felt so low the day you went that I had to stare up at the ground. But when I finally left the circus tent, the sweet motive I found. You stole all my best material, left me without an epitaph. But somehow you forgot all about the burial, and I will have the last laugh. The last laugh. Thank you very much.
Life cycle of a Porsche Spyder. In 1955, its assembly into the world was sliced like a rare, ripe fruit. Crisp, clean, bright. An entire race car. The ignition turned, and a clean smoke proved the driving was about to begin. The weightlessness in the driver's chest as he rode a tight, parallel line on a new stream of wind. Somewhere within the cumulative electricity of those racetracks, there was the crack of a rev that cracked back, that jammed, and the wind died. And that was when the exterior began to shed its most illustrious layer. The car was parked and left in the dark. 20 years later, my dad bought this now more quiet statement of sophistication and placed his hand on the hood where the heat had frozen. His hobby for the next decade was to track down the makers of original components. As fresh cardboard boxes, large and small, appeared in the foyer like unmarked gifts. Eventually the screws were aligned, the new steering wheel and seats fixed into place. A new paint job took the car like a silver comet with precise red stripes carefully rendered on each side. Eventually, he allowed me to place my finger on its exterior. By that time, I thought aluminum might be as soft as cotton. That was when Dad deflated the air-conditioned bubble, took a seat in the cockpit and pressurized the gas pedal for the first and second time. His friends took pictures of him as he drove up our street once and back once. The image on a mug in the kitchen cupboard is of Dad as he piloted the car on that perfect sunny day, a sour expression on his face. The photograph on the wall of it sitting in the sun on the front lawn confirms that its smooth, even glimmer was very difficult to part with. Within months, Dad sold the car for an adequate fortune to a collector, and the car was parked in an air-conditioned bubble big enough to accommodate other vintage cars. As Dad gets out of bed in the middle of the night to walk downstairs and flip through that car magazine, his index finger brushed across something red. Another poem with aluminum in it. A quality American product. A simple aluminum shell that easily stacks and that pops right open. And yet the soda can strives, appeals, attracts. The link glimmers like a trail of ice water as it merges with another trail on the outside of a can of ice-cold Diet Coke. Too quick and slippery to crack or break, I pour a third of the can into a glass with 3 cubes of ice and set the can down across from my friend's full can. I like it extra cold and just a tiny bit diluted. My friend is more like most soda drinkers. I notice on the side of the can that even Diet Coke has its own website. The black loop at the very top of the capital D wraps around the shiny silver and red can as it rotates under my fingertips before I throw it in the trash. A quality American product, I say with a smirk and a seriousness. My friend raises her eyebrows. I say this phrase a lot. Because no matter what I see or see through, the competition remains constantly changing in this great country of ours, where I can't avoid the quality American products I prefer. Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna do something I've been working all week, so bear with me. It's from a great composer. You guys probably know him, Beethoven. It's his 9th. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do Muddy Waters 5th. I think I like that a little bit better. right there all night long. Well, I woke up this morning, didn't know right from wrong. I think I'm gonna try one I was trying to write, if I can remember the lyrics. It's always good when you can't remember your own lyrics. Let me just sing. Yeah, maybe go.
Nothing left you to understand. Wheels turning away.
You'll remember something sooner or later there. But anyway. I'm gonna try a Bob Dylan tune. I don't need that either. Got a graveyard woman, she keeps my kids. Oh, soulful mama, she keeps my head. She's a junkyard angel, she always gives me bread. Well, if I fall out down, she's bound to put a blanket on my bed. When the pipeline's broken at the river bridge, cracked on the highway, on the water's edge, swim down the freeway, so nowhere through. If I fall out down, she's bound to put a blanket on my bed. Well, she don't make me nervous, she don't talk too much, walking like a boat diddly, she don't need a crutch, she got that 410, all loaded with lead. Well, if I fall out down, she's bound to put a blanket on my bed. Well, I need a speech old mama, keep away in the bed. Need a drunk truck bed, load my head. She gives me everything and more, just like I said. Well, if I fall down, she's bound to put a blanket on my bed.
My name is Candace Stewart, and this is Cynthia Montague, and we're opening up a new alternative art space in Carriagetown. The Spencer Art House is a colorful one in the corner of Stone and University, and it's actually going to be held at the Residency, which is a Purple House across the street from there. It's called Unusual Operation, and this Friday at 7 o'clock is the opening of the space, and it's called Black and Line. And we're going to have some drawings, an installation, music by, a sound performance by Ryan Gregory and a couple of his friends. And there's also going to be some handcrafted tastes, and if you guys would like to come and be a part of it, that'd be great. I'm gonna leave this out in the front, so if you guys need to get the time or address or whatever. But this Friday, 7 o'clock, you guys should come check it out.
I'm also putting together an anthology of poetry. If you got some work, you send up 2 pieces to me at nicpublishing@gmail.com. That's nicpublishing@gmail.com by the end of the month, and we'll put you in there. It's just a way to give people publication credits and kind of get your name out there. So, and then also this Sunday, I represent an organization that's going to be at the Flint Soup. You guys know what Flint Soup is? Yeah, pay $5, you get a small meal and a boat, and what group is going to be getting the money of the night. So come on out. It's going to be over at St. Michael's Church at the Center of Hope, which is like the school right behind it on Root Street off 5th. 6 o'clock this Sunday, $5 to get in. Definitely worth coming out and be there for Shop for the Theater, so come support that, working out in Beach with the kids. Definitely worthy cause.
All right, please welcome Jenna Noelle.
Alright, I'm gonna do some tunes for you. I'm really happy to be here. It's been a while. Most people know that I never actually make sets, so it's just gonna be pretty much whatever I remember that I'll be playing for you. Where did you go? Where did you go? You like to disappear. I see that girl. You like to keep so near. See, I'm not blind to the signs, my dear. Didn't you hear? I'm over you. See what we had, if we had anything. Well, I suppose that it's through. I've been through this before, so you can walk on out that door. I want to know, I need to know, did you ever really care? See, it's not fair if I'm the only one. But I admit that what we did, I had a lot of fun. It might seem kinda mean, but I'm really glad you I feel despite myself. 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 I feel nothing. Thanks, guys. So like I said, randomness, obscurity. I'm actually borrowing my friend's guitar. Shouts to Rob for letting me do that. I'm in the process of getting a new one because mine got destroyed by a stranger. It's really sad. But, you know, yeah, it's all your fault. No, actually it was that guy. Don't attack him or anything, but alright, this next song is called Spiral. It's just random. There was a time when my life revolved around a spiral hanging from my head, thin like a thread. It would only be a while before it tangled to spiral. Thank you. While I was sitting down, I thought of a couple songs I haven't played in a while. So this is one of them. And the problem is I keep forgetting what these songs are called. So this is just the really jazzy, fun one. I think of you often. You are always on my mind. I dream of you daily. You know you got me going crazy. Like la 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 There is only so long I'll keep waiting before I can't resist. Here's sweet temptation, the taste of your lips. Like la 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 I can't believe the hold you got on me. You're always where I want to be. La 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 Thank you. Alright, that song was really simple, so I'm going to play something that takes a little more effort. This is my song Snow. I saw magic fall from the sky. Watch the stars turn into snowy flakes of white. Frozen tears melted with a graceful touch. And I know so little Unprovoked Jack found preserved beneath my crown. And all my life I was waiting, never embracing my true calling. But there's no more stalling, no more evading. There's no denying I'm not even. Thanks. I'm going to be coming out with an EP relatively soon. That song is on it. So
Yeah.
keep a lookout for that.
All right, we're gonna let Carnie D. Palmer hit the stage, so please give it up, Carnie.
Thank you. Everybody that's familiar with me, I'm Carnie D. Palmer, or Carnie Dwayne Palmer. Or if you want to call me Moose, Monster, whatever you want to call me. Give it up for her. I just want to let you know that I will be stalking you later. So if you see a strange black man in your bushes, that's me. Yeah, I'll be covered up by the snow in a spiral. No, but that was good. That was real good. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2014. It is 2014, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're dyslexic, 1420.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1420.
That's a good year.
0214. These are lottery numbers. You should write these down. Okay. Now, everybody that had acoustic guitars, okay, this is what I saw all day. I mean, all night. Okay, this is what I saw. So, since I don't have an acoustic guitar, I might as well just put this on there because I didn't know what this was. Will you muffle the sound or something when you?
It's a capo.
It's a what?
A capo.
K-woo?
Capo.
Cabo who? Oh, okay. Well, this is a comb. This is a comb, not a cable, but it's a comb. I didn't know what it was, so I just, thank you. I learned something today. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, like I said, I've been here before. And I think every last time that I was here, I bombed. So I'm gonna try not to bomb.
Bomb.
I did what?
You're the bomb.
I bombed what?
You are the bomb.
I am the bomb?
You're hilarious.
I better be a bomb! I better be hilarious. Cause you know, like I said, I already broke into some cars out there. So if y'all missing the stereo, no, we don't take stereos no more. I don't know what we take anymore. I don't. But I'm not a criminal. Okay, I'm originally from Flint. You're going to have to excuse me. I was trying to change, but I got my work clothes on, so I try to mask where I work at. So if you did see a logo, you didn't see it. Act like you didn't see it. I mean it. Act like you didn't see it. Because if you call me on my job tomorrow, I will know something. I'm serious. That's not right. There are feet. Every time you do that, I'm gonna just like I said, I'm originally from Flint, Michigan. I'm 43 years old. If you can't tell that, you know, from the gray hairs. I am not Rick Ross. I am not Peter Griffin with a beard and black. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. That's not me. I've been doing this is what, third, fourth, fifth, fifth time. Yeah, fifth time. Fifth time. I tried over at the Flint Institute of Arts. What's your name again, man?
Rob.
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 Who do you want me to rob? Okay. Yeah, I didn't really like the atmosphere over there, so I'm over here.
Yeah,
so
snooty.
This is home. I feel so comfortable here, but I'm so cold. Ooh, in here. Ooh. I felt like putting my blanket on. Maybe I'm in a spiral. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm sorry, but you have a very beautiful voice. Very beautiful voice. You can sing me to sleep anytime. You know, tonight, hey, you know, if you want to, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't really know what your home situation is, but I mean, if you want, you know, I don't have a ride home, so if you...
Neither do I.
Neither do you? Okay, we can walk hand in hand in the snow. But seriously though, in a spiral. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm serious. That's the last joke about that. Last joke about that. Oh, okay. You're watching me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make sure you get a good look at me. You want me to turn around? Side view? Okay. All right. I can't turn all the way around because you'll see the logo. And unless I turn it all the way around, and then, you know, you won't see the logo. Or just flip it up like that. It was like I had some stuff that I was gonna do, but then I thought about it and I was like, no, I shouldn't do that right now because I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do that. Should I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
all right. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna tell a joke, but I was like, every time I tell a joke, it's not funny.
We'll laugh.
And people look at me all crazy and be like, why did you tell that joke? And see, tomorrow, dang it, you know what? See, my old age is this. I was gonna film myself, but let me see. I got a new phone, so I'm just trying to, let's see. Okay, I didn't break it, so I'm not that ugly. Wow. Wow. That looks weird when I do that. I like that. No, but seriously. But seriously though, I did have something to do, but I'm not gonna do it because I think I made y'all laugh enough, and I think I'm satisfied with that. And what they say, a good entertainer knows when to quit or something, or did I just make that up? Did I make that up?
I've heard that. I think so.
You heard that?
Oh.
Don't BS me, man. Yeah, I heard that. You don't know me, man. I'm from the suburbs. Yeah, I'll cut your lawn to death. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll really wash your car. Yeah, there we go. Just like I tell friends of mine, I said, don't get in trouble because, you know, I am from the suburbs, and what I'll do is I'll call 911. And then some of my other friends be like, oh man, if you in trouble, dog, I got my homies, I'll be back, we got your back, man. And I was like, well, all I can do is call 911. I can't do all of that. I'm not violent. I'm not a violent person. I try not to be violent, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep doing that. You know that, don't you? That's thriving on aggravation. Okay, all right. All right. You doing that or am I doing that? I'm doing this? Really? I feel powerful right now.
Like a
I
wizard.
think, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to get off the stage now. I think I proved my point. Thank you ever so much.
All right. Carnie D. Palmer, check them out.
See, I flipped it up now so you can't see the logo.
If anyone needs a ride later. And you grew a beard, you look good.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's depression.
Is that loud enough?
Do you just want to invite one of the viewers since we're on the fourth time? What? Do you want to invite one of the viewers since we're on the fourth time? Okay, alright.
We're gonna do one of our songs. It's called What It Is. Kind of an older one, but it's fun.
Visions, my decisions, unclear what I'm doing, but my
gonna do an Outcast cover.
Well, first, if you don't know who we are, we just came out with an EP on January 1st.
We did it all at home, so we're really excited about having it done and whatnot. But we're Phosphor Elephants, and the EP is called Moon Phase, and you can get it on our Bandcamp. Micah's gonna do something by himself now.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
your own skin, or will you become someone else, maybe him?
Alright, check them out, Phosphor Elephants.
Yeah.
Physical EP will be on sale at their local show February 21st. Get it then. Hey. You can listen to it online.
You can listen to it online on our Bandcamp. You can pay for it, but if you don't want to, it is pay what you want. So you can pay nothing if you want to, but you know, that's all up to you.
Yeah. $6,000.
$6,000.
Minimum bid. You bid for it. Top bid gets the CD.
Where did you go, Al?
Oh, 2, sorry.
Hi guys.
Hello.
I'm Tyler. Play a couple songs for you. This is my first time being here. It's pretty cool so far. I only caught it halfway through, so I'm sorry if I missed you. I'm from Swartz Creek, and I've been living there up until recently. Now I live in Flint, and I dig wild parties and poetry and music. All of us kids, there's nothing different. Our stories sound the same. We've seen enough of this neighborhood. Nothing's gonna change. You ask us what we like to do. We say play in the rain. We don't I'll do one more. This song I wrote about a month ago. It's called The Church. It's about situations in life, all types of situations, good situations, bad situations. Just figuring out situations that have been bugging you for a while and getting to that day where you realize you're in a bad situation. There is a church on the other side of town. I've been once or twice, but lately I've been missing. And my hands, they feel cold as ice. Spend days with folks like me, but they guess way too much. Pictures like picture frames, but they've always got hands full of dust. To find day for a wedding, said to the priest, I haven't seen you here in months now. He looked up and said to me, these folks will stop by. I don't even know the names. Give me a second, let me read that part. These folks will all stop by. I don't even know the names. They keep me warm when it's cold out, but the church locks her doors when it rains. Yes, the church locks her doors when it rains. Fine day for a wedding, I said to the priest, they haven't seen you here in months now. I looked up and said to me, I haven't played that in a while. Thanks, others.
All right, keep it going for Tyler. First time playing here.
Really intimidated with all this awesome musical talent we just played, but I'll do my best. It's called Broke. But we'll never be broke, she said, even when our pockets are turned out and wallet lies gutted because we're wealthy in spirit. We have stockpiles of pride and chests full of hope. Still have to build bigger jails to house our hearts or begin taxing happiness because we refuse to play the fugitive, setting rich dreams on the lam. We refuse to be outlaw kings and queens trying to bury those shining treasures under triple X's. She said, wear your crown jewels wild and free, which sounded to me like old scars and facial piercings, dreadlocks and tattoo sleeves. And a little older now, I can sort of see. Cash poor, I still manage to pay the bills in filigree, having realized long ago that self-confidence is a real secret to mastering alchemy.
No, you don't have to fake it. I don't want any of your pity applause. I can eat it, I don't care. I'm just up here to waste your time. But I'm gonna read something that's newer, and it's like a remix of a piece that I wrote for Genesee Towers. This is like after it blew up, how I felt about it.
Towering symbol of what? I forget. Vacant, vaulted bank in a broke city. You represent the old paradigm. For years, barricaded streets caught chunks of concrete falling off facade slabs, basket woven boxy across the skyline, but no longer. Like you, our insides felt laced with red tape and blasting caps. Like you, we were sneered at, reviled. Like you, we've been built up just to be torn down. Modernist monstrosity lying in a heap. Even though we can replay your death from every angle, and will be plucking pink insulation guts from tree branches until spring, the news coverage of your implosion will not save you from being forgotten. After the last truckload is hauled away, the Art Deco softness unearthed on the horizon will not replace your imposing presence, but will give us room to breathe. And maybe that's all the spark we need to ignite a new path and finally rebuild this carved up city in our own likenesses. I guess I will end. You want me to read that one you were talking about?
I like it.
Okay. He likes it, so you're gonna like it. By the way, this is my new book, All Power to the Peepholes. My one, Kenny Little in the back with the cover art. So what up, Kenny? Awesome book, artist. If you want a copy, it's $3 or $4. We can talk. This is called The Ode to Lowell Junior High.
Charge me $5.
I charged you $5, but you got it. A little kid in the 90s. I carpool down Franklin Avenue on school days, past St. Vincent de Paul's and the auto parts shops, past a drive-through liquor store and little ice cream spot to the old Lowell Junior High. Back then I'd run around the first floor hallway, past the ornate metal stairwells and gym where the polished wood floors echoed three-pointers or dodgeballs falling like artillery shells. I remember one October evening when my Cub Scout troop sat on the concrete stoop out back behind the school, carving jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween. Mounds of orange flesh were scooped onto the lush grass next to us. A colorful, pulpy scale model of the auto parts yards over the barbed wire fence. Not so many years later, in need of a scrapyard part, I drive myself past what's left of the old Franklin Avenue business district, Davison back up to Dort, seeing craterous, brick-lined puddles moldering in the rain, past the tall grass and blackened trees, past the curb breaks leading to newfound fields with street names, a city looking scary with guts carved out into a scrapper's smile and backlit with an arsonist's candle. Lowell, the 1920s brick behemoth on Montana Avenue, still stands behind its soccer field by the fence, separating it and the scrapyards, which are one of the few industries still profiting from the boomtown blast radius fading fast. The leveled foundations of factories where ground zero followed, the leveled foundations of factories were ground zero, followed by the now withered business districts they supported and the spectacular schools like Lowell that seem a distant past. Lowell, vacant for a few years now, is adorned with graffiti flourishes and boarded windows rivaling its architectural high points. Gouged out and gruesome, a grinning jack-o'-lantern gourd pouring candlelight onto the sidewalk from the cavity in its chest where a heart should be. A towering smokestack without the foliage of a furnace still stands like a petrified stump clear-cut in the forest of Flint's forgotten industries. This school's present includes its inside smashed for quick cash like a mineral resource. Education these days is less of a priority than the destructive dismantling of this aging community in search of economic stability. A late November refugee from a rain-streaked Halloween, the school stands, but sadder looking now, like a frostbit pumpkin's meatless lean. Like much of Flint, the only place the school still vibrantly exists is in its former students' collective memories. Even a few years can be too long for an asset to sit. And the only question anyone thinks to ask isn't how can we learn from the past, but how much longer before they demolish that thing. So, thank you for letting me stumble through that. And I want to thank Al for being an awesome host today, and I want to thank Ken for his awesome time here that he gives us every month, and I want to thank you for watching at home, and I want to thank you for clapping. Peace.